Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what's happening with the Eagles right now is nothing short of fascinating. If you've been following the team closely, you've noticed a recurring theme. There's a lot of flux at the edge rusher position. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. The Eagles, fresh off their Super Bowl appearance, are in a bit of a transition phase when it comes to rushing the passer. They're trying to find that one player who can be the dominant force, the kind of guy who consistently gets after the quarterback and changes the game with his pass rush. But right now, there's no clear-cut bell cow on this roster. No one has yet established themselves as that go-to guy, that player who commands double teams and brings consistent pressure game after game. That's not to say they don't have talented players. Nolan Smith Jr., for example, is a name that could very well emerge as that key pass rusher in 2025. He's got the raw talent, the athleticism, and the potential to step into a bigger role. But as of now, he's still young and developing. The Eagles clearly see him as a building block for the future. Jalix Hunt is another intriguing candidate, someone with the physical tools and the motor to become a real force on the edge. But let's be honest, the Eagles aren't done tinkering. They're still looking for that perfect fit, that piece that could elevate their pass rush to another level. And speaking of adding pieces, there's been some interesting moves off the field, especially with the roster adjustments following injuries and off-season activity. For instance, after second-year wide receiver Johnny Wilson was placed on injured reserve for the season on August 22, the Eagles acted quickly. They brought in Jerem Robinson, a 6'3", 263-pound edge rusher, who's got a lot of intriguing qualities. Robinson's story is pretty compelling. He was initially signed by the Chicago Bears as an undrafted free agent after the 2025 NFL Draft. Most recently, he was with the New England Patriots, but he was released on August 19. His brief stint in the preseason, where he played 2 snaps on special teams against Minnesota, might not seem like much, but for a player trying to make his mark, it's a vital opportunity. This guy, Jerem Robinson, is not just a body. He's got some serious size and versatility. From the Eagles' official website, we learn that he played 53 games in college at Kansas, racking up 98 tackles and 14 sacks. That's quite a resume. Over his final 4 college seasons, he increased his production every year, culminating with 5 sacks in 2024, earning all Big 12 honors. Originally from Montgomery, Alabama, Robinson is a classic example of a developmental player with a lot of upside. He has the frame and the skill set to fill multiple roles. He can rush from the outside, but he also has the size to slide inside and play on the defensive line if needed. That kind of flexibility is exactly what the Eagles need right now, especially in a league that's constantly evolving. Now, when you analyze his game, it's clear that Robinson fits the physical profile of an NFL defensive end. He's got a high motor, good get-off speed, and a relentless pursuit of the quarterback. NFL Draft Diamonds. Analyst William Garner highlighted that Robinson can line up in a variety of positions on the line, whether as a 4-tech, 3-tech, or even standing up as an edge rusher, depending on the scheme. He's versatile, plays with effort, and has a few pass rush moves that, with more technical refinement, could make him a real threat on Sundays. It's worth noting that he's still developing, particularly his strength at the low half and his technical skills, but the potential is there for him to carve out a role in this Eagles defense. Looking at the broader picture, the Eagles' pass rush last season was impressive, but it's also a cautionary tale. Their sack leaders from 2024 have all moved on or are aging out. Josh Sweat, who led the team with a dominant 11. 0 sacks last year, left for Arizona on a 4-year, $76.4 million deal. Milton Williams, who posted 5 sacks, is also gone, having signed a lucrative contract with the Patriots. Veteran Brandon Graham, a two-time Super Bowl champion and a pivotal leader on the line, retired after the season, leaving a big hole in the locker room and on the field. Nakobe Dean, a linebacker with 3 sacks last year, suffered a torn patellar tendon in the playoffs, and his return seems uncertain. Bryce Huff, who had 2 sacks, was traded to the 49ers after signing a 3-year, $51 million deal before 2024. All of these departures leave the Eagles in a tricky spot. Who will step up and fill those sacks? That's the million-dollar question. The team knows they need to add more pressure, more consistency, and more explosiveness from the edge. One potential fix could be a blockbuster trade. If the Eagles are willing to part with their 2026 first-round pick, there's speculation about possibly acquiring Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals. Hendrickson has proven himself as a reliable pass rusher, and with the right system, he could be a perfect complement to whatever young players develop this year. Of course, this kind of move would be a significant gamble, but it might be necessary given the urgency to strengthen that position. The Eagles' front office has shown they're not afraid to make bold moves when it comes to building a championship-caliber team. They understand that the NFL is a league where margin for error is razor-thin, especially when it comes to pass rush. Because, let's face it, without consistent pressure, even the best secondary can be exposed. So whether it's developing Jalix Hunt, giving more snaps to Nolan Smith Jr., or pulling off a big trade, whatever they decide, the focus is clear. They need to bolster their pass rush to stay competitive and keep chasing that Lombardi trophy. As we look ahead to the season, the expectations for the Eagles are sky-high. The team has a solid core, a talented quarterback, and a coaching staff that's proven they can adapt and innovate. But the key to unlocking a deep playoff run, and perhaps another Super Bowl appearance, will be how well they can generate pressure on the quarterback. That's been the missing piece at times, and it's what fans are anxiously awaiting to see improved this year. The NFL is a league of adjustments, and the Eagles are clearly in that mode now, trying to find their rhythm on the edge and build a defense that can dominate. And of course, all eyes are on the young players like Nolan Smith Jr. and Jalix Hunt, who could be cornerstones in this new defensive era. These guys have the talent, the drive, and now they're getting the opportunities to show what they can do. The development of these players, combined with strategic acquisitions and maybe a trade or two, will shape the team's fate in 2025. The Eagles are no strangers to adversity. They've faced it before and they've come out on top. With the passion of the fans, the talent of the roster, and the strategic mindset of the coaching staff, there's every reason to believe this team will be in the thick of the fight come playoff time. Now, folks, I want to remind you again, this is an evolving story. The NFL moves fast, and the Eagles are actively shaping their roster for the battles ahead. We'll keep you updated on every twist and turn, every signing, every development. So make sure you're subscribed, following us, and staying tuned because the best is yet to come for Philadelphia Eagles fans. The journey to Super Bowl glory continues, and every piece added to this puzzle brings the team one step closer. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these changes? Do you think the team is on the right track to strengthen that pass rush? Are you excited about the young players like Nolan Smith Jr. and Jalix Hunt stepping up? Or do you think a trade for someone like Trey Hendrickson is the move they should make? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. This team is built on the passion of its fans, and we love hearing your perspectives. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. We're in this together, and the journey toward another Super Bowl is just getting started. Thanks for being part of this incredible fan community, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.